kind of loud in here. New semester at my school started last week. It feels weird. It felt very abrupt. So far, I'm not liking it. I was able to sort of tolerate my classes every other semester through high school, even though a lot of them I didn't know anyone. Most of it I just knew like one singular person about for like half the schedule, and then the other schedule was like no one. This one, it's just no one. One class I know someone in. That one I can get through okay. The other ones, it's insufferable. And here's the thing: one class, there was two other guys, and one of them, I think, dropped out of that class, and he's like switching into another one. I don't know if the other one's staying. I feel the first week he got a switch. He hasn't been doing the assignments. I don't think he wanted to be in that class. So I don't know if I'm gonna be the only guy in that class, and I'm gonna hate that one. I really feel like I became just instantly the weird, all like quiet kid in the back of the class. I don't usually like getting judged that way by other people. Like I just don't take it to a judgment, just ignore it. But it feels weird in there, you know. That's not what this video is about. I was just saying that like I'm not gonna enjoy it. So like my energy's definitely gonna be down. My energy's been also very low through that week, and I didn't enjoy it. So it's not getting any better through this entire semester at all. I was gonna talk about psychosis shit. The more I was like describing my psychosis, like when it happens and what it's like to people, the more they started to realize it might have been like a trauma disorder or something because of when it happens. It seems like whenever something happens that distresses my mind and brings it back to trauma, something, I start seeing stuff and it goes terribly, and even after a while I might have a full psychotic breakdown, like that one weird Truman video I made, where it literally seems like the entirety of reality was fabricated to test me. I don't like when that happens. I know I sounded like an insane person in that. Here's the thing. If that were true, who do you tell if literally everyone in the world is an actor that you've ever met? If you start acting insane, saying it's all fake, they're gonna stop you from proving it's fake, and then act like you're insane to stop you. So I didn't enjoy it. It felt like actual insanity. Well, I'm starting to realize that in general, I think this is more of like a trauma and stress disorder mix. Whenever something is generally stressful or like distressing me, sometimes I'll start to see things. And I really don't like it. I guess because of the big switch, it does also still seem linked to like bipolar disorder. I genuinely think of bipolar, and I think this could be a cause of it, because oh, scrap that part. But I know he's a bitch too. But the weird thing about my psychosis is that a lot of it comes from instinct. Like, things still freaked me out, even though I was acknowledging it was all fake. That's the way I was able to, like, figure out I have psychosis, instead of just actually being insane and saying I'm seeing things when they're not there. And not just saying that there are things that I'm seeing. Like, I know they're fake. If I didn't know, I wouldn't have figured out I have psychosis before seeing a shrink at it. And even despite that, it still really gets to me. Because, like, it's a trauma thing, it's a stress thing, so, like, it still gets the best of me. I can't control that. I react horribly to it. Like, that exact corner, right there, where I fell down to when I saw some weird shape in place of the plant silhouette up there in the side of my vision. I collapsed down here into a ball and just rested here for a bit. I don't like this room very much. But what I've noticed is that because it's all instinct, like I literally cannot use my normal mind. It takes me a while to then just acknowledge this is fake. But even when I acknowledge that, I can't get over it at all. It's so difficult. I can't control myself when it's happening. And so whenever I see something, what happens is like either I just completely freeze in place and I cannot move at all for like a while, or I literally go to attack the thing. Like a lot of the time I will just like act as if I'm in some sort of defense mode, or I will literally go towards it, about to hit it, and then it's gone. Or sometimes I've actually gone for the punch. The amount of times I have punched this shower curtain, I'm surprised this thing hasn't fallen down from that yet. Because this thing, it's not on here very well. There's nothing keeping it in place other than tension. That's the only thing keeping it up here. So, one time, like I put my towel here when I'm taking a shower so that I can dry my face off. Because, like, even if it's just water in my eyes, I can't see. I can't open them. I need to dry them at all times. And occasionally, I absolutely need to do it as fast as I can because I get a lot of paranoia in this room sometimes. So I need to make sure I can actually assess everything that's going on. So one time I finished the shower and I pulled it out from there to dry myself, and the whole thing fell down. And somehow it hasn't fallen from me literally just immediately punching directly into the curtain, full force. Whole thing moves all the way to like the wall. Nothing somehow. I'm not sure how it does that. But yeah, it happens a lot and I don't know what to do about it. Here's the thing. Obviously, I react terribly to psychosis. I've stated that already. Whenever I react to it in front of my mother, she hates it. She yells at me. She yells at me for a lot of things. She always thinks everything that's going wrong with me is just fake and I'm faking it, and that's all by choice. Like, vomiting? She thinks that's a conscious decision made by people, and that's why you don't see people vomit very much. So whenever I have done it in the past, it was entirely by choice. And I had to eat my own vomit a lot in middle school as a punishment. Dramatic times. She thought whenever my nose was like blocked and I couldn't breathe at all through my nose, that I was faking it, and I chose not to breathe through my nose because everyone is supposed to be able to breathe through the nose through both nostrils, to the point where even if just one nostril isn't working and I'm breathing through the other one, which is most of the time, I genuinely completely thought you're supposed to only breathe through one nostril at a time. I didn't know the other one, because it's not even that the other one's blocked and I can't get it to work, it's that it's off. It turns off is what it feels like. It feels like nothing's meant to be through there, not that it's blocked. So I didn't know you're supposed to be through both at all times. So she gets mad when I explain that too. So yeah, she thinks everything's a choice, and that if anything, I act like it's going wrong with me that's out of my control. I'm just faking it for attention. So I react terribly I react terribly to psychosis around her. She yells at me, acts like I'm just doing it for attention or something, or to misbehave, whatever. So here's what happens. I gotta keep stopping myself from attacking what I'm seeing so that I don't make too much noise and something has been clearly hit. Then now she yells at me like, what was that? I almost threw my phone at something. And then immediately I stopped myself because I realized that hits the wall, maybe even bounces off it onto like that wardrobe right there, and then topples on the floor. She's hearing that. And I'm getting yelled at for what that is. So I had to stop myself. And I think one day I'm gonna be seeing stuff and then I'm just gonna make myself not do anything. I'm just gonna freeze in place. And then what was that? I don't know if that was on. Was that a real sound? I don't know what the fuck that was. Um, I'm, I hate whenever I have a disorder and then I actually show that like it actually happens in front of people because it never feels real. It always feels like I'm staging this shit, and that's what I've hated so much. I don't know what that was. Fuck. Ew. So, what was I talking about? I feel like one day I'm just gonna be seeing a bunch of things, and I'm just gonna stop myself from doing anything about it. And then eventually I'm gonna have a panic attack because there's a bunch of things that my instincts think are endangering me that I'm gonna want to attack instinctively that I just don't, and I just make myself freeze right there. And I'll just have a panic attack from it right in my own home. I don't know why I have psychosis, because this seemingly developed recently. I wasn't born like this, it just happened. So, I don't know. That's what's terrible about it. I never explained that to people. This shit developed recently, and I hate having to explain that because it makes it seem fake. It just happened all of a sudden, huh? How'd that happen? Yeah, I don't know if now my genes just have psychosis the same way someone is born with ADHD, their offspring is also gonna have the ADHD gene. I don't know if all of a sudden now I have a mutation that has sprouted psychosis in me that's gonna get passed down for generations. I have no idea. So, I don't know what to make of that. 27. But, yeah. That's what I think of the matter. See, I genuinely wish I could do something about this, but I'm not allowed to. Am I allowed to just go to a pharmacist and then ask for some sort of medication for psychosis to get it to stop? Am I allowed to just do that, or do I need to see a shrink first? Because I don't want to see a shrink anymore. I hate those people. Guess what? They call everything a disorder. It'd be a disorder for me to say I hate all the adult authority figures, including my shrink. That's a disorder, apparently. It's telling you, behavior disorders make no sense. Just neurological stuff. That's all that there should be. A certain behavior shouldn't be a disorder. I don't know. I talked about this last time, yeah. Oppositional deviance disorder, whatever it's called. Odd. I literally just get medication for psychosis. Is that something that I'm able to do? Because I would do it if I was able to.